Welcome back, everyone. We're here for another trip to the Rustic Dreamland on Glider Gaming Channel. Give you a quick recap. Last time we found out we have a water geyser, so I guess we're starting a water tank. I don't know if that's really what you'd call it. We thought we figured out our food stuff, but we are starving. No, we're not starving, but we have a food shortage. I don't think that's going to be a long-term problem. We are growing plenty of mealwood and plenty of mushrooms, so we just need to get, caught up on stuff. I think that we're okay here. I'm not going to focus anymore on food this time. We've got our gold volcano. Love that guy. We started planning out the Great Hall so that we can get to the next tier of jobs because of the +6 morale boost that's going to grant us. But probably where we're going to focus here is getting this oxygen room finished so that we can set up some exosuits down here. It's also going to require us to build a power plant, but one step at a time. We're gonna create oxygen, and then we're gonna create the power plant and get those exosuits going. Hopefully we can get that all done in today's episode. Now we've cleared out a few plants. Oops, we can put a derpy thing in. We can put in some more blueprints, such as the other electrolyzer we need. So a cool thing about the Mark 1 or Mark 2 update is you can click on something and you have this copy button, which is not a copy settings button, but a copy this thing exactly. So rather than having to worry, did I select gold? If you know you selected gold here, you click this, you click copy, you're going to create your next one out of gold. So something that it really was a nice quality of life thing. It's not something I'm trained myself to use yet, but it is something I'm happy that they did, and I'm excited to try to utilize more when I'm thinking about it. So in order to create oxygen, we need water. So we're going to need to pump water with a liquid pump. So I think we'll just toss that liquid pump right there for now. That liquid pump will need to send water from here into here, into our imports. So this is a new thing for our channel. Anyone experienced is going to know what's going on, but this is an outport. You're going to be sending things out, so whatever you're collecting is going to send out to its terminal point into this import. So at this point here, it's going to split 50% of what water it has in here and 50% of what water it has over here. So it won't actually split it. You'll have like a packet of 10 kilograms. The first packet will go through, the second packet will go up. So something to keep in mind more for this oxygen, because we're going to come in here to ventilation, and this oxygen is going to be a little spicy. So we're going to use insulated pipe here. We'll make it out of igneous rock. And how are we going to do this? Probably not like that. I think we'll probably send... So these outer ones here are going to go into the base. This inner one is going to go to supply oxygen to our exosuits we want to build. So I'm just going to do that for now because we don't even have exosuits yet. And then we're going to figure out how we're going to send it to our base. So we're going to go right here. We're going to go right here. So each one of these is going to create packets of oxygen. We need a bridge to pile those packets up. To stack the packets, if you will. Just going to stack those packets. We're going to send these over. We're going to run it through the water. Because the water's nice and cold, it will do a fine job of cooling our water until we hit the point where we can build that Wheezewort room to really cool it efficiently. So we're going to go in, we're going to switch over to Radiant, and I'm just going to use copper because I don't think any of these metals have any effect on, okay, thermally reactive. little energy to raise. Okay, so we do want to build out of gold. That's why I built the pump up a little higher, just so I could do this and not have to worry about running out of water as quickly. So the radiant pipe is going to allow the 22 degrees Celsius water to cool the probably 50 degrees Celsius air, and then it will come out at 22, 23 degrees. And just like I told you before, I like to kind of have some symmetry to the oxygen outputs so that the CO2 layers are good. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to split the oxygen 50-50 to right here and to right here. We will need an output because all we have right now is inputs. So we put an output vent and that will release. Okay, so super complicated looking. Also, they won't be able to reach like any of this. So we're gonna just drop a ladder down here, and hopefully they'll be able to do all of that while holding their breath. We still haven't addressed power, but we'll get to that one step at a time. They've got a lot of blueprints to work on here, so I'm not terribly worried. I'm gonna drop these up to 7 here just to get these done. So that's just insulation to make sure this super hot room does not really affect anything over here. Unreachable? Why would that be unreachable? Just stand there and then you build it catty corner. Whatever. We'll deconstruct that one so they can reach it. So decor wise, we swept everything out. What's that? Just clay? That's weird. Just chilling some clay. Ooh, we've run out of storage. Okay. Oh, yeah, we probably should have. Let's drop these down here. Like I told you, I like my peeps to be happy morale-wise, so we'll build these so that we can put paintings and stuff above them later. Peeps, dupes, whatever. So, get some more storage there, and see what we got going on in here. Got some gold. We're in no short supply of gold at the moment. We have a biohazardous learner. Bottomless stomach. I don't really like the bottomless stomach one, because when you are in the point where we are, where we're just teetering on acceptable amounts of food, going through 1,500 for one dupe instead of 1,000 is an issue. Also, he won't build anything. That's also an issue. Germ resistant, though, can be nice. Won't research. That's fine. He can be our cook. He's got great cooking. Sorry, buddy. I was leaning towards you, but we will need a cook shortly, so. Also, we haven't really looked at schedules for a while. Yeah, we need to move some of these guys down to alt. And we might even start a third shift, since we still only have one bathroom. A third shift just with another bathroom schedule just means these bathrooms just get used constantly and everyone gets to use them without making messes. So this pipe needs to terminate over here somewhere. So it's a bit of a travel, but we'll figure it out. Kind of look here. We started like blueprinting the edge of the base over here, but we haven't done it over here. So I told you I like it to be on the yellower side rather than the oranger side. I also kind of like to line it up with where the floors would be. So that would be a floor. So we could cut over here and just not build that tile. So that's a floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut back over into the more temperate space. And this could all be insulated. This doesn't even actually have to be the real floor. We could drop it down a bit more because these temperatures are okay. The problem with this is, though, that it uses up all of our igneous rock with plans we're not even going to build for a while. It's a floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a floor. So yeah, we're out of igneous rock now. But we do get to see kind of where the base is going to be. And what I'll probably do is I'll just drag this along the edge of the base within the insulated tile. Then I'll probably just cut over here. But we are digging around in these areas, so we're going to be getting more igneous rock. So it's not a huge deal. In fact, we could get some more igneous rock right now. This is making oxygen. Our little flying friend is no longer in here, so we can close that door. This is igneous rock over here. I'm avoiding, you know, like opening up. Oops, that was not what I was trying to do. I'm avoiding trying to open up gases because I'd rather, I guess, could kind of capitalize on this, try to get these gases over here. We do want hydrogen in this general area because we're going to pump it into hydrogen pumps. Somebody must have pottied themselves because I don't know why we'd have dirty water right there otherwise. Okay, we need to wait until we harvest some of that igneous rock. We also have igneous rock right here. We have our CO2 lock there, so there's no reason why we couldn't come into this area. Okay, so choose igneous rock. We'll complete that tile. And that tile. Make this one priority 8, and this one priority 6, so hopefully they do them in order that allows them to actually do them. Okay, we have also dug out more plants, so we can put our other manual airlock here and complete that tile as well. They are holding their breaths here because this is all hydrogen, but they have a very short walk to get to oxygen. If you see, they also have little thought bubbles about what they're thinking about. This guy was just thinking, man, I'm hot, which is unfortunate. We should probably mop up this water because walking in it in this hot area could produce the scalding debuff. Then we're just going to build some standard tiles here because we do need kind of some wall sort of stuff here just to keep it all tight. Keep those gases where we want them. Okay, getting plenty of igneous rock now. So we can now come over here and do these things. So we're gonna come all the way over here. Oops. Stop right there because I really don't know what the blueprint over here is going to be, so I don't want to run this for no reason. Since we installed this wash basin, we have been able to keep everyone's immune systems at 100%. I think one had been dipping down into like the 70s or 80s, so that was a good deal to notice. We still have plenty of igneous rock, so we can finish this little blueprint here. The only issue with the blueprint we've made is that we could release more chlorine into the base, but if we do it smartly, so we could dig out like this tile here, they are able to build one tile catty corner, but gas can't travel catty corner. So if we build this tile, pardon me, and then build this tile, then we can cut out the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out this whole thing because that will just help lower the CO2 level again so that this chlorine won't affect our food production. They won't be able to dig out this whole level unless we give them some ladders. Oh, but once again, we don't want to actually do that. Oh, we also have that same issue over here. So we're going to cancel. Well, we're already creating some chlorine, so I guess that's neither here nor there. So this is where stuff starts getting interesting. You get all these background things, and then you want to put more background things, and you're like, but I can't because I put them in other spots, and it quickly gets to be pretty messy. We have a lot of jobs mastered, so we're going to go in the jobs room here. Oh, and we forgot to give him a job. We are now out of groundskeepers. Good thing to keep in mind. So she's mastered all of the strength stuff, so we might as well make her a farmer. We've got a ton of farmers, but, you know, they still will do other stuff, so it's fine. This person's mastered everything that they have any amount of skill in. So I'll make you a general engineer. We don't have one of those right now. You want to be a sous chef, but you have no skill in it, so you won't be. You want to be a research assistant, but I don't really need you to be. So go ahead and put you in the gopher spot. And then this is our new dude. He's going to be the cook. I'll just let him start mastering the cook. Like, we're not cooking anything, but when he gets around to actually learning, actually cooking, he'll just be much better at it. So I do like to keep the pinch of pepper plants around because of the ability to make high-level foods with them. The balm lilies, though, like I told you, I never do anything with any pharmacy stuff in this game, so there's no need to. So that one's in tomb because it can't drop down low enough. Since I don't ever do any pharmacy medicine stuff, I don't really need those at all. So I'll just tell them to dig all this out. So we need to kind of figure out power plants. Probably I'll just put those down here. But I'm going to need multiple oxygen rooms over the course of this game. So I'll probably put the other oxygen room just like on this other side. So the power for the oxygen room, I guess I'll just put right above. Maybe I'll just put the power right here. I don't know. What should we do? Sorry if that sound was annoying. I'll try not to do that again. We got the food thing figured out. The oxygen thing is not like super dire because, yeah, we've got great oxygen saturation. So we're going to finish this because this is going to make huge morale boosts so we can get better jobs. I'll tell them to start by prioritizing the ceiling because you can do all the other stuff and then you start building the ceiling and you just lose your room bonus because every ceiling tile that's not built adds 1, and we built this to the maximum size. So I'm digging things. We're definitely gonna have the other oxygen room right here. We're not gonna build it now because I won't need it until we're closer to the point of wanting exosuits over here. So up here we need some batteries, so let's go to power. We're gonna do battery, 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 smart battery. We're going to need the ability to run gas. So I generally use 2 generators for the hydrogen because 2 of these will create more hydrogen than 1 needs, but not quite enough for 2. So what I'll do is I'll run 2. Automation. We're going to need to run from the smart battery to these guys so that they don't just run constantly, because if they run constantly, like I said, this won't create enough to run 2 of them. So we will burn up all of the hydrogen and end up not having enough hydrogen or enough power to run this. So we will just not have oxygen at that point. So we need to regulate that. Then we have to kind of decide, do we want this to, because 2 of them creates more power than this needs. So do we want to run this power into the main, air creation's main power line that we haven't created yet? Or do we want this to be an isolated system? We will be creating more power than we need, so I think I'd prefer to have it in the main system. Someone's suffocating. So Turner's suffocating for no reason. He's breathing now. Okay, so that was a false flag. So, we're gonna go back into power. We're gonna use heavy watt wires now. Heavy watt wires are how you have to roll with your main power, because overall you're gonna need at least a dozen power to do everything you want to do on a 600 cycle colony to have space travel and everything. So we'll run this. You can't run this heavy wire through walls. So since I said the main power trunk is going to be somewhere over here, we'll just kind of run it around so that it can all be on the same main power trunk. And then, so you have all of your different, and eventually we're going to have that other one over here. So we'll just slot those out. We're going to lose some Peniche peppers, but I mean, in the long run, we get the seed, we can grow them somewhere else later. So then we're going to have to take some of this power from this main line and put it back in here. And that's going to require transformers. So, oh, we have just enough space for transformer right there. Perfect. Okay, so this transformer can handle 1,000, I believe. What did it say? It can handle 1,000 joules. So we're going to be running 240, 2468, over 1,000 joules. So we'll actually need 2 transformers. So we'll put the other transformer right. Now this is where it gets a little hairy because we're going to do 2 rooms right next to each other. We have this space over here. We can run it over here. It'll be fine. So we will dig out this stuff here, including that. We need these heavy watt wires going around, connecting in. So this will store it and then send it out. Then we're going to use... We can just use regular wire for the rest of it. Oh, you know what? We do have a need that I didn't notice. We need probably to have some refined wires, but since we're breaking it up like this, so this would be 246 and then another 120. So 720, 840. That sounds fine for this transformer. Then if we want to put on a filter or something, we have the ability to do that too. And we'll have another one over here that will run these 2 and could do filters and stuff if we really needed them to. So we're going to put a transformer right here and wires right here. Perfect. Okay, and then the fact that we need to actually have gas. So just regular pipe will be fine. Okay, so I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to put in a gas bridge right here. What that's going to allow me to do is have awkward looking things. We're going to do it a little different. So where are we at here? Ventilation. I think we want to go 1 lower even. Sorry, I'm trying to do this in my head, and I'm just not sure what I'm doing. I know what I want it to look like, but I'm not really sure how to actually do it, apparently. Okay, we're going to do a gas bridge right there. We're going to branch that off here and here. So what this is going to do is it's going to say, send hydrogen here, then send it up here, and then split it 50-50. Then if these get full, it's going to stop this pump. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull it up here, go around, and I'm just going to create like hydrogen storage, I guess you could say. So if these two fill up, the hydrogen will then, instead of coming out the outport, will continue on and then fill up all of this area. And then we need to send it back in somehow. So maybe I should have gone one higher. Just canceled this stuff. We could do another gas bridge to kind of prioritize what we're doing. So I don't want it to, cause you kind of have to control the flow, because I'm worried that without this gas bridge, it may just try to go past and backwards. This now just tells it like, this is a one-way thing, this is a one-way thing. So there we go. That'll allow us to store more gas without this turning off. And because if this turns off, then this hydrogen pressure will build up, and then these will turn off because there's too much pressure and we won't create oxygen. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff without paying attention to what was going on. So what's happening? We have 68,000 kilocalories. We have crossed that little hump. We now have like 5 days worth of food sitting around right now. So we definitely don't have to worry about food anymore. We've got that sorted out. So that's great. We now need to copy these settings onto these guys so we can continue to store things. And let's check out the blueprints. We can have water. I don't know if that would create a mess and just splash water everywhere, or if it would come out in a bottle. But we have plenty of food, so I'm quite happy to keep taking dupes. -3 learning kind of sucks, because minus 30% skill leveling. This one's a quick learner, but I guess he could be bottomless stomach though. Ugh. I guess we'll take the water here, because I just don't like those dupes. Okay, cool. It came out in a bottle. That's good. I was a little worried about that. I'm not going to build this room out. I'm just kind of going to show some walls so I remember what I was doing. So in order to actually build this room out, we want to get rid of these. Otherwise, we can't have the symmetrical rooms and have dupes walk around. So all those got to go. That means we're going to need some more ladder. And also we're going to want to build one of these here, because we don't want gas, nasty gases like chlorine, getting back in our base. So at this point, we should probably not build dupey ladders. Oh, derpy ladders. Jeeps. Jeepers, jeepers, jeepers. So at this point, we should probably insulate this off. We have our CO2 locked down here. They should really be going through this and going back up, because I don't want nastiness getting back inside of our base. So we're probably going to put those insulated tiles in there. Oh, we're being stopped because of that guy. Okay, so that just kind of shows where that room's going to be. So we don't really want to build stuff out of sedimentary rock over here, because once again, we did that because we wanted to avoid them going across the whole base from one side to the other just to build some stuff. then we need to build this tile pretty quick, because that does allow gas exchanges into our base. We built this out of copper ore, which could be a problem. Its overheat temperature 75. It's definitely going to be 75-ish over there. Also, yeah, all these things. We built all these things out of copper ore. So we're gonna rebuild those. What about these guys? Gold and gold. Sweet. Okay. So coming back in. Gold. You gotta build everything out of gold, guys. Without the gold, you're gonna have stuff break and you're gonna have to run out and fix stuff all the time. Just, it's not where you want to be. So batteries, jumbo gold. There we go. The wires themselves don't have an overheat temperature, question mark. Yeah, don't have an overheat temperature, so it doesn't matter what you build those out of. Okay, got that tile built. Also, I think we've got some CO2 finally settling in there, even though there's really no way for that to happen, so that's cool. Come over here. We're just going to make sure they build all of these tiles so that when we open this up, we're letting minimal gas exchanges. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Things are happening, guys. I'm getting excited about this base. We've got renewable source of water. We've got, oh my gosh, we need to we need to do this. That's going to overflow into other biomes. It's going to get messy fast. So, let's actually, for this section, I'm going to go 7 just to get it started. Then we're going to go 6 for the rest of it. I kind of forgot about that and just let it go too much. We can't mine out the wolframite or the abyssalite to give it a space to go. And I do want this just to be polluted water because that, you know, has value to me. Mixed water is less value. I can do stuff with it, but it's not quite as easy to deal with. And these guys are all going to get hypothermia and shit passing through here, so that's not great. So it is idle at the moment, but that is not dormant, so that gold volcano is going to have to do a lot more work, though, to overcome this amount of temperature. Even this guy, you know, he's pretty spicy up here, but this water is not at freezing, but it's still cold. Oh, no, more water. We're going to have to just block that off. Okay, got that all set. So now we can come over here and dig out more stuff. Actually, I kind of just want all these since I have 12 dupes. Also, we kind of want this since we have 12 dupes. Oh no, I forgot to build that, so we might have some of our... Okay, the CO2 is down at this layer, so that's good. Better build that faster. Oh, we finished our research. That's great. So, we got rocketry, and we noticed that if we did not want to do the main grid with the transformer, we would have needed wires that could handle enough power to not break. Because once again, you have stuff too hot that shouldn't be too hot, or too much power passing through wires. They break. They need to be repaired. It takes some material. It takes time. Big problems. So, where are the better wires? Right here. Conductive wire, heavy conductive wire. I don't really understand the difference between a heavy watt wire and a heavy conductive wire. They seem to have the same drawbacks of can't being built through walls. they carry the same amount of wattage. So I don't know. Sometimes I use them, but not always. The conductive wire, though, that's the upgrade to the standard wire. It can hold 2,000 watts. These joint plates are how you get your heavy watt wires through walls. Conductive wire bridges, so you can get them where they need to go. And then a large transformer is great for your main power line transformers. And then you break down from large transformers into small transformers. So we definitely want this one next. Then I think we'll be okay. We can go into like polymer presses and stuff, but we don't have any oil, so there's no rush for that. So after we get these wire things, oh, unreachable, okay. Deconstruct these, I guess, for a minute, just so we can build those. So if we deconstruct all three, though, then we can put a ladder that will actually let us get to those. Oh, but they won't be able to stand on that ladder because you need to have 2 clearance. So we'll cancel that ladder. We'll build that ladder again right here. I don't know. They probably won't need it. Still unreachable. So we'll deconstruct that tile. Put that ladder down. Then they'll be able to build it all, and then we can rebuild those tiles. No. You're killing yourself, little man. Why are you doing it? Oh, you're crazy. Are you gonna pass out? If he passes out up there, he will die. How did... Oh, I guess he came around. It's annoying. You need to get out of there. Oh, jeez. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't... Okay, I changed my mind. Don't do this stuff. Just don't. If you're not building the tile to block the water, I don't want you up here. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? That was not necessary. You fools. I feel a dupe is gonna die soon. This is not... None of this is smart. Like, she's trapped. Like, oh my gosh. If you're gonna do this, at least build this one tile to protect you from all the nonsense. Oh, she got down somehow. I wasn't watching, but that's good. Where does oxygen come from that they're breathing? Probably the water. Water's probably off-gassing oxygen. Oh, lots of jobs mastered. Back to the jobs board, folks. Okay, got a miner, couple farmhands to redistribute out. Okay, he's done the basics. So I guess he can go be a general engineer. You haven't been a groundskeeper yet. You've only been a farmhand. One gopher and two groundskeepers. Let's check the other guy first. Oh, what's that guy? Wait, you go be a gopher, you go be a groundskeeper. Okay, they got all this dug out, and now finally we've gotten our CO2 and chlorine low enough that we don't have to worry so much about our food. So that's great. Uh-oh, somebody just made a mess. Why did somebody make a mess? Oh no. Why is this happening, guys? Yikes. We can have more food, but we're doing fine on food now. A constructing digger tinkerer. All those sound great except -3 strength. He's also got -3 strength. She's narcoleptic, which is annoying, but not a big deal. Well, I do like +5s. This guy has the most stats, and we can make him a gopher, and we can get him to a reasonable position with the strength. Okay, he even wants to be a gopher, so that's perfect. We don't have a bed for him, though. So we are at one of those points where I told you where I've told them to do so much that nothing's really getting done. Like I've got stuff set at 6s and 7s everywhere. So we just got to give them time now to do the things I need to do. Come down here and just start researching from the bottom up, I guess. Okay, they did get those things built, so we can go ahead and start putting some of these back in place. If we just tell them to do all 4 of the tiles at priority 7, they'll do the easiest 2 and then block themselves off from the other 2. So, gotta do them one step at a time. Oh, I'm like, why haven't they built this ceiling? Well, that's pretty simple. They can't reach it. They can only jump 1 space. So, by putting that there, they'll be able to do these jobs now. Probably what we'll do is, like I said, refrigerators. We'll probably just go 3 and 3 fridges, then 3 tiles and 3 fridges, 3 tiles, 3 fridges. So that we can just store plenty of cooked food. And eventually we'll get automation so that like we can like destroy this bedroom and put some automation in so that it'll automatically pick up food from these and then send it here and then automatically pick up food from here and then put it in the fridges. And so we just cut down a lot of dupe labor moving food around. So that can be pretty cool. I should have thought about that probably a little bit more while I was planning this, but we can destroy this bedroom and like get that figured out. I'm not too worried about it. For somewhere there's unrefrigerated omelets. I don't know where that would be. We printed omelets here. So maybe if we go into edible. Okay, well it's unrefrigerated, but it's also not in oxygen, so that's not really a problem. Okay, we got that built. The water is now no longer filling up this area, so that's good. He is trapped, so we better tell him to dig out these at a better priority so he can not die. We didn't know he was trapped because he wasn't idle. He had plenty of things to do, but eventually he would have started suffocating, and then it would have been questionable if we could save him, because he can get himself out, but the oxygen is nowhere near him. So now it's saying we are definitely not creating enough oxygen. It might be a matter of not having enough energy for oxygen, but we will need to get that room going soon. We've got plenty of oxygen. We've got a buffer, if you will. But if we're not creating enough oxygen every day, that eventually will come back to bite us. So we're looking good. We have to just do the power stuff and the water pumping, and we'll be okay, but we can't just ignore it completely. Mushroom farm's looking good. Man, this is basically full. It's pretty cool too. What we can do with that is we'll switch back to sedimentary rock. We can just do like an overflow basin here. We'll just drain water down into that one. Yeah, I'm digging it, guys. Things are looking pretty good. I wish we didn't have so much water right here. I wish we could have kept the ability to hop above the water. So we could have prioritized this a little better, but in the long run, I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Kind of see the outline of a locker right there. Oh yeah, we haven't really done a volcano geyser check for a while. We've definitely exposed a lot more real estate. So it's telling me I need med beds because my people have hypothermia. That's going to affect some of their stats, but it will go away on its own, so I'm not going to build med beds for that. So for the most part, we've only exposed a lot of real estate where we were already hanging out. None of these other areas really exposed much. So no new volcanoes or anything super exciting yet. Plenty of food. Things are going great. I'm digging it. Okay, they got those 2 tiles built, so we can tell them now to build these 2 tiles. Temperature-wise, we have our orange over here and we have yellow over here. This was orange when we first started insulating, so our insulation plans are going well. Everybody's getting soggy feet running through other people's urine. That's neat. So I'm not sure why that happened. It just must have been the point where they had to... Okay, almost have this thing done here. So let's bump that up to 8. We're going to deactivate this one. Disable. Just because, like I said, I want this now to start making oxygen, and I want it to cool. So if we're just tapping it for everything, we're not going to get all of our needs met. We have a nice little well for all of the hydrogen we've let in our base. Things are looking okay. Nice little layer of chlorine there. Got a little music going. The ice is melting and freezing and making a little beat for us. Okay, so this is almost done. We just need them to dig out these last little spots. And then, of course, build this one back in. So I'm going to deconstruct that so that we're ready to build that tile back in. I'm going to go ahead and set that tile to be built, but then mark it like a super low priority so they don't do it, just so I don't forget that I need to have it there. And I think we'll call it for this episode. We got some good stuff done. We gave a lot of people hypothermia because of this water. We've got our water spot nearly finished. We have our oxygen room all built and blueprinted. We just need to put the finishing touches on that. Got the start for some power. Oh, thinking of power, I see that we can put that there. We had a plant there earlier blocking it. But yeah, things are looking good. We've got stuff happening, and we can really start exploding. Like, once we have these exosuits set up and this oxygen started, we can really just go everywhere. So, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time.